Hello. Right now we're going to go into the second degree self-defense, set number 1. This set is based on kicks, some takedowns, and some grappling positions. So we're going to get into our guard stance and go into number 1. So set number 1, as I said before, was based on kicks. So the first kick that he's going to come in with is a front kick. I'm going to move off to the side. Once I've got him here, I'm going to get him a little closer to reach across the face. Once I've got that, I can either keep pushing on his face or grab onto his uniform for support. I'm going to push, and I'm going to rotate his body in a counterclockwise motion to get him down onto the ground. And obviously, when done faster, your opponent will go down a lot faster, and then that way, you can just use the momentum from his body movement. So he's going to come in with the front kick. I step off to the side, reach across the face, rotate the body, bring him down to the ground. So that was number 1. Moving into number 2. He's going to do either a front kick or a round kick for this one. I'm just going to take my front hand. I'm going to go to the inside this time. So I go to the inside. I grab the shoulder this time. And as I get close, I'm just going to hook my leg underneath, sweep him down. So this is very effective if you're either in self-defense or if you get a situation where you're sparring with your partner. It's an easy 3 points that you can get. Once he comes in with that round kick, I just hook that leg underneath, that arm underneath his leg. I grab onto him. And I take that leg that's free right now, and I sweep. Down he goes. Okay, so from here, we're just going to go into number 3. So this one is done off of a front, from a back leg round kick towards my front leg. So I'm going to come in with a knee to block. He's going to take that front hand. I'm going to do a wall block. I'm going to trap the arm. I can either get in a little arm bar here or just trap the arm if I want to. And I'm going to take my fingers, I'm going to go to the clavicle bone, and I'm going to get into a clavicle lock. So once I've got that clavicle lock, if you notice, once I dug my fingers in, I'm going to do it in a different angle in a little bit, but his knee is buckled a little bit, and it doesn't end here. What you want to do is, after you've gotten here, you want to escort them, so that way you demonstrate you have control. You're going to bring them down to the ground and lay them flat. So once you get here, you can add in a strike if you want to the body, to the face, wherever, kick on the way up, and then that's it. Okay, so this one, again, comes in from the round kick, I come in, he comes in with his hook punch, I do my wall block, I'm going to trap the arm, and then from here you can get a better angle. I'm going to go right where his collarbone is, I'm going to dig my fingers in and around that collarbone to get him down, and then from here I'm going to walk in, down the ground, and then I can punch him and strike him as I get away. Okay? So that was number 3. Number 4 is actually off of a throw. It's actually a throw done from a shoulder grab. So he's going to grab my shoulders. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my arm, I'm going to step, and I'm going to reach underneath as I hook my leg around, actually in front of his leg. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, I turn so that I'm shoulder to shoulder, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick my leg out while I move my arm and my shoulder forward, so he goes down the ground. And now we're on opposite sides, so that way we can get a different angle this time. So he grabs me, same thing, take my hand underneath, I turn and I hook that leg underneath. It's very important, so that way I can get his body to move forward the way that I want it to. I kick the leg, I push forward, and he drops down. Okay, and that is self-defense number 4. Self-defense number 5 and number 6 are done off of a takedown or once you are already taken down. So Mr. Dinkle is going to come in with a double leg takedown, and he's going to take me down. I'm going to wrap my legs around so that I get my guard. And then from here, he could be trying to strike me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to post on the hip and take whatever leg is posting on the hip. I'm going to take my heel and I'm going to kick it into his kidney. From here, what I do is I take my leg that isn't posted, I'm going to twist in that direction, so in that way I can do a scissor sweep. So I can get in the mount this time. Okay? So your opponent is going to double leg take down you, but we're just going to go straight from here. So he is in my guard. Okay? What I want to do is I want to post, kick, twist, and then from here, if I have control of him, I'm just going to sweep my legs in a scissor motion so then that way I'm in the mount, and then that way I have control. Okay? So now let's say Mr. Dinkle is in the mount this time. So this is actually for number 6. And this is how you get out of the mount there. So Mr. Dinkle is here in the mount. He's hammering down on me. He's throwing his punches. What I want to do is, at any moment, I want to just grab an arm. And I'm going to take one of my arms, whichever arm is free. I'm going to do a hammer fist to the leg. Okay, so that way I just soften him up. And then that way, when he gets this close, I'm going to bump, and I'm going to roll him. So that way I get to here. But I'm not done. I'm going to take one of my elbows, I'm going to grind it into his thigh. I'm going to bring it over, so that way I can get to side mount, and that way I'm in the mount. Okay, so you want to end in the dominant position. I'm here in the mount, and now we're going to do it again, just from a different angle. So I'm here. So I'm on the bottom of the mount, he's here. I'm just going to grab an arm, boom. I take one of my arms, whatever hand is free, and I'm just going to get him a little bit closer. I can hammer fist, I can horse bite him in, whichever one, so that way he gets closer to me. I bump. I'm just going to roll him this way so we have more space. Once I get to here, he could try to put me in his guard, where he wraps his legs around, and I want to just keep my body up, grind the elbows in, so that way I have space to get out. I can either try to get into the mount from here, but most of the times you're going to want to swing the leg through, get the side mount, and then get into your own mount. Alright? There you go, you can stand up. So that was set number 1 for the 2nd degree black belt self-defense. Thank you.